The Splatfest theme is... Which stealth dessert is better breakfast food, pancakes or waffles? When I'm trying to blow past my daily sugar intake before 8 AM, I go with... Pancakes! You can make a full stack of pancakes in the time it takes to make one waffle. You ever heard of a stack of waffles? Nope. You only get one measly waffle. They only give you one waffle because you only need one waffle. Waffles stand firm in the face of adversity. But pancakes are soggy syrup sponges that cower at the sight of toppings. They disintegrate between your teeth, leaving you unsatisfied after every bite. Okay, that's a little much. Waffles contain dozens of tactical flavor pockets to hold syrup and butter. Each delicious bite explodes with unholy texture as the mouth rejoices. Seriously? Sorry, I didn't eat breakfast today. What about you at home? Do you like pancakes or waffles? Head over to the Splatfest terminal and pick a side. Breaking the fourth wall a little bit. That took so many takes to do because past lady here to you was a big dumb dummyhead who went through the text way too fast. Anyway, hello everybody, here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Splatoon 2 Splatfest. We're starting off on a low note because we're playing through this horrible stage. Bum track, why do you exist? But, thankfully, at least I hope it is, this will be the last time we'll ever have to see this stupid stage. Yay! Please don't ever return in a future Splatoon game. So, this Splatfest is Pancakes versus Waffles, and it's a pretty fun one. I like pancakes, I like waffles, they're both pretty fun. I had to go with waffles though because, not only because of my food bias, but I also just like waffles more because, like Marina pointed out, whenever you have like syrup and things like that on top of a pancake, it doesn't stay on there. It makes a huge mess on the plate, and I don't like that. I like with waffles more because they have the little pocket thingies, and they're just so good. I love waffles. And there's also a bit of a running joke my friends and I have where we go like, waffles are pancakes with abs. But anyway, so, well, also, one other thing is that the word pancake itself just also has a different meaning to me now because I've been friends with Pancake Garman for a while now. The Splatfest went from February 9th, 2019 through February 10th, 2019. And the Japanese version of the Splatfest was Pakomi, going from February 2nd to February 3rd. Now, this is a pretty interesting one because the actual Splatfest itself was revolving around a type of theater comedy in Japan. So, the Japanese term for booking Tsukomi, they basically refer to, like, the fool versus straight man kind of comedy trope. You'll see this a lot in, like, Western comedy as well. Like, Mythbusters is probably one of the more unintentionally popular ones, because you have the funny man with Adam Savage and straight man with Jamie Heidemann, and even though the two didn't really get along that well behind the scenes, they still had a very funny dynamic on camera. So, that's one example of that. But the interesting thing about this particular Splatfest is in the artwork for the Splatoon manga, well actually for the artwork for the Splatfest I mean, the characters from the Splatoon manga actually make a cameo appearance, and this Splatfest is referenced in the manga. So in chapter 31 the Splatfest appears, and when it was localized for outside Japan, the name of the Splatfest was changed to Funny Man vs. Straight Man. I believe this was also a repeat from the first game. I might be wrong about that, but I do believe this is one of those cases. Oh, egad! A Splatfest match on the video where I lose? Yeah. I swear it was unintentional that there was like a huge chunk of videos there where it was mostly me winning and things like that. I didn't do that on purpose. I think what happened was that when I was trying to record the footage, I was still in that mindset of only wanting to showcase foot matches where I won. So if there's like a big string of matches where I lost, then I just like delete the footage or whatever. I was not a smart gator back then. I'm still not a smart gator now. But anyway, moving on to the next Splatfest stage thingy, we have Shifty Station. And this layout is the Splat in our zones, and this is a pretty interesting one, because this one kind of combines the idea of turf war and Splat zones. So whenever you take a huge chunk of this area, it will kind of stay your color for longer than it... Like, it takes a lot more effort for the opponent's team to take back that area, if it's if the Splat zone area is in your ink. So it's a pretty interesting idea. I would like to see it more explored a little bit more in future games. Like, that's one thing that I would really love to see in future Splatoon games in general, is that it would be really cool if they were able to find ways like this to combine multiplayer modes. Like, if they had Rainmaker and Tower Control, like if you had the Rainmaker on top of the tower or something like that, I think that would be pretty interesting. That might be a little bit too complicated for some players, but I think that might be an interesting idea if they wanted to go in that direction. I know one thing that I always wanted to see in Splatoon games is I always wanted them to have like a Spot the Steak mode, like how they have in Wii Party, where everybody on one team has all the same rules, but one person has an additional rule that gives them an advantage. And like it kind of combined that with this one Nickelodeon game that they had called Friend or Foe or whatever, where one of the teammates was actually working for the other team. So I think it would be fun if they did something like that, and if at the end of the match you're able to figure out which one was working for the other team, that'd be pretty interesting. It'd be like a double agent or something like that. I don't know exactly what all they could do with an idea like this, but I know I always wanted to have like some kind of double agent mode or something like that. But as we continue on across this area, there's something that I really wanted to bring up about Splatoon recently. So, for those of you who don't know, I've recently moved to Florida for the Disney College program, and it's been pretty great so far. One thing that I will say, though, is that the apartment that I live in, it has great internet, but it's not really great for online multiplayer. So, I unfortunately haven't really been able to play games like Splatoon 2 in my free time lately, but I was able to get it working the other day, and I'll have the picture up on the screen right now, but like that was just like a magical moment. I was just having so much fun playing through the game, and I think I was losing more so than I was winning, but I honestly just didn't care because I was just having so much fun playing through the game again. And it really did solidify that even though Splatoon 3 is around the corner, I'm still gonna be playing Splatoon 2 for a long time, even after this Let's Play is over. Now, I haven't really played the first Splatoon game since I finished that Let's Play, but I think it's a bit of a different thing with Splatoon 2, because I have so many fond memories of this game, and I think the overall multiplayer modes are just exponentially better in this game than they were in the first game. So, even though I didn't really go back to Splatoon 1 after finishing that Let's Play, I will see myself coming back to this one for a long time, even after Splatoon 3 is a thing. Also, the fact that my team Splatfest color was blue, that also makes me really happy, because I love blue. This song is so catchy, I love this song. Splatoon music is always amazing. Blam! Ba-bam! Wafflecopter! Pancakes got straight biter! Whatever. Great work, Team Waffle. We're on the right side of history. Okay, have you ever even tried to clean a waffle iron? If you participate in this Splatfest, your prizes are waiting in this. I just love how Marina just brushes off a Pearl's comment. The first time I ever tried making pancakes was a disaster. Like, I didn't fully understand the directions when I was trying to make it, but it basically turned to, like, you know that video on the Runway Guys when Sugar Conway tries making cookies? It was kind of like that, but They didn't even turn into like a spongy texture. It was just literally like a big circle of burnt flour. It was disgusting. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of Splatoon 2 Splatfest. So thank you all so much for watching this video. In the next episode, it's going to be March 2019. I almost said 2018 because there were so many 2018 Splatfests. It's going to be March 2019 as we'll be taking care of Knights versus Wizards. So thank you all so much for watching this video. And next time, Lady Gear to you. Oh yeah.